Hey, this is Black Light Cyberspace Ministry. I'm out in the yard getting my garden together. Also doing some more stuff around the house. Undraining stopped up sinks and draining stopped up sinks rather, and hooking up washing machines so the wife can have modern conveniences. Now, uh, this is the Easter weekend. This is Saturday, a day before Easter. And yesterday I was, the last video I was explaining about my telephone number that I'm going to be screening brothers with. But first, let me preference what I'm about to say with the next series of videos are going to be about. Look, I don't want to be no lecturer. I don't want to be a leader. I'm a counselor. A counselor counsels individuals, groups, or whatever in the right direction. I don't want to form no other religions like the Black Power movement or the Black Conscious movement or Black Conscious community or the Kemetic community or the Islamic community. See, I think titles, at one time, a person used a certain title to describe himself, but the meaning of that is being altered by the people that's are scholars, historians, and lecturers, And so my role is not to debate, but give advice. Now, what qualifies me to do that? No, I don't. I'm not a scholastic type individual, but I never conformed to this system. At 16 years old, I dropped out. I couldn't fit in to the system, to the school system. So around about that time, my mom and them kicked me out the house, telling me, you either gonna get a job or gotta get out of here. So they ended up kicking me out. And when I left, I had on a cashmere 2-button overcoat with a 3-piece shadow stripe. I had the vest, the jacket, and the pants. It was almost the color of this shirt I got on. It was green with gold stripes, and then I had on a green high-low, a green not a high-low, but mohair, no, gabardine. I had a green gabardine shirt on, and some lizard shoes. I had finger waves. Now, my mind wasn't Africanized then, or although I had the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad ever since birth, but I strayed away. But I still couldn't never fit in the school system because I would ask my teachers things that I heard Elijah say, and the teachers would get upset with me. And they know that I had to get it from Elijah because the questions that I asked. So they couldn't understand me, and I couldn't understand you. Them. Just like I can't, just like y'all can't, some of y'all can't understand me today. But through this series I'm giving, I'm going to explain my position step by step. I'm going to go through why I think that y'all should, especially y'all young ones, why y'all should stop listening to these young so-called revolutionary. They're not going to do nothing but take you around in circles. See, even my approach to the situation is unlike any, it's modern. See, back in the day, Elijah and them didn't have YouTube. You know, they barely had a camera to film with. They barely had television. And the Panthers didn't have YouTube. You know. So Elijah always said, adjust yourself to the modern day devices and use them to your benefit. You know. So I'm not coming from that old school point of view. Even though I'm an older guy. I'm 70 years old. You know. But my heart is young. You know. But I got an ancient mind on me. But I'm using that ancient mind with modern day devices and techniques because I know the thinking of the devil, Caucasian, and I know the thinking of the gods, you know. But these young cats don't know the thinking of the devil. They don't know the thinking of the Caucasian. They don't know the thinking of themselves. They don't know that they programmed. They think they ain't programmed because they holler black power all day long. But yet and still, they want you to go to get your education in the Europeans' Caucasian school system, which trains you and programs you into the thinking of them, of the European. I don't suggest that. You know, I don't suggest that at all. And it's some more reasons, you know, why that we're going to get into later, why I'm going to have to start showing y'all points to contradict the thinking of those who say they this and that and the other, black power, whatever, you know. But like I say, my role is going to be that of a counselor, not a leader. I'm going to make leaders. Leaders that the world have never seen before. You know. Because we keep going around in circles, man. And at the rate we're going, it's going to take another century for our people to get back to their proper place on the planet. Because brothers and sisters, you know, following that old school methodology of teaching, you know, because that's who they idolize, you know. So I'm going to be setting out my number later on. I don't have that many viewers anyway, but like I told you, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Now I got that from Hustle and Flow. You know, I don't condemn movies. What I do is I pick the significant part out of a movie and see where that's relevant to what's happening now. You know, so, you know, I use it to my benefit and to the benefit of my people. Because the Caucasian is the one that okays the movie to be shown. Otherwise, you have to do it yourself. And if he don't want it to be shown, he won't have no venues for you to show it on. You won't open up no theaters for your product if you're telling too much truth. Just like the spook who sat by the door. They showed it, and then once they found out the content and how he was delivering the content, they took the movie off the market. You see, and he couldn't show it no more. But he kept something for, you know, for you to see. And in that movie, you don't hear brothers talking about that movie too much. And that's the baddest movie that ever a black man produced. The spook who said, if you're a revolutionary, you know. Yeah. There's some young brothers, you know, some things I agree with, but I don't agree with their methodology and their division, their aversive behavior. Always wanting to battle, you know. So you never know when the enemy is watching, and you know the enemy is always watching. And you never know when he's going to scramble signals. You never know when he want to slow your roll, you know. So I'm using this, when I get out these numbers, it's going to be, now he going to use it to track me with. But I'm going to use it to screen y'all. I'm going to track him. You see? Because I could tell the ones that's for real, the ones that's working for the enemy, you know. Just like I believe some of the brothers that's coming on YouTube now, and Facebook and all the rest of them, is working for the enemy. I could tell. You know. I could tell by the way they talk. You know, and they call themselves thinking they know me. They don't know. Y'all ain't never seen a brother like me before. I'm like Zorro. You know. I mean, I'm not trying to hide my face and identity or nothing like that. You know. I'm like Zorro. You know. I'm not going to be like Steve Copley. No, because, see, I'm not going to be giving lectures in groups. I'm not going to be in groups and changing money. See, I don't want no money. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do is going to be on the house. This is Black Light Out.